Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City, and our hostel's quite cool. We're in a pretty small room, given the size of us and our staff, but it's pretty quirky. It's got some really cool like vintagey bits on it, and it's got aircon. It goes all the way up, so we're going to go and explore, and we're going to go and try and find some vegan food. And here are my plate of cooked vegetables, and it comes with my little broth. Then I pour my broth. Thank you. And it comes with nori. Oh, this is amazing. Look how happy he is. What about that ice cream?
It's quite hungry as well.
Vietnamese coffee and soy milk. The coffee of dreams. One slow drip at a time. Drip. 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 Crossing the road in Saigon. The struggle is real.
It's on your right, Jack.
Yeah, look at this. Whoa! What the fuck is going on?
Right, go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Take your life in your hands.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, and by the way, we are crossing on a crossing. And you've crossed and you think you're alright.
I like it, how it's kind of, the rule of the road is, buses are in charge and will go wherever they like.
Yeah.
Cars come second, and then the mopeds will just do whatever they can, but know that if they get in the way of a bus or a car, they're screwed.
Yeah.
And then pedestrians just have to make it up as they go along.
So you're walking along, and look, this guy here,
He's
the
like,
road's too busy, I just go on the...
Why wait for the red light when I can just go on the pavement?
Literally. But there's no ordered system to these guys being parked here. You have to get a ticket. But honestly, like, look, this guy here, these guys here, don't want to wait. Just hop on the pavement. Why not? The other side.
After this stop.
3, 2, 1, let go. But you not only have to look one way, you've got to look both ways and then look again. Current situ. And yeah, I've been doing it. I'm drawing a line at kneeing people in the stomach, which is currently going on. If you want a workout, go and do 2 hours of Muay Thai. It is absolutely... Chris is sweating so much that he's leaving like pools everywhere he goes. Look at his elbows. Hold your elbow like how you were. You're like dripping from it. Disgusting.
Hang on, watch that.
Just sweat. What's really funny is they keep following him around and just mop everywhere he goes. They just mop after him. Oh. So this is the aftermath.
I'm fine.
And I think it's probably about 28 degrees now. Time to get some breakfast.
So we're now at the Notre Dame Cathedral, which is 5 minutes walk from the Vietnam War Remnants Museum that we've been to this afternoon. Museum's 15,000 dong to get in, which is very, very cheap and is very recommended. It was a lot more clearly set out and well organised than the one in Hanoi. It's one of those places you go to and it's quite overwhelming. It's extremely graphic. They obviously are very, very keen to kind of highlight all the things the Americans and the South Vietnamese did during the conflict, but it is set out very clearly and does really kind of illustrate what was an absolute horrible kind of nightmare to have taken place.
And the crazy thing is, it really wasn't that long ago. So people here, like the old generation here, would have lived through it. It's just...
Yeah, and when you look at it, it's really kind of surprising, because it is 40 years ago, effectively, that it kind of took place. And we've now got, you know, American tourists walking around. If you look over in the corner by the cathedral, we might just be able to see McDonald's. You know, they really are kind of very keen on tourism and on Westerners being here.
Yeah, and even behind you, like the city's just being rebuilt. Like you've got high rises, you've got like, yeah.
So it's this kind of mad situation where they have this terrible conflict to kind of have their independence and reject kind of American influence, and then 30 years later, the country is effectively, you know, as westernized as it could be, while still being a communist state. So it's really interesting to go there. So highly recommended. And yeah, take your time, spend some time wandering around. So one of our top tips for travel, not just in Vietnam but anywhere we've been so far, is using the MapMe app. You download your city map before you arrive, and then it works with your GPS whether or not you've got Wi-Fi. It maps out a route, shows you loads of locations of places you might want to go to. You can search for things. So if you want to find vegan, vegetarian restaurant, it comes up with a list in your local area.
If you want to find a rooftop bar?
If you want to find a rooftop bar, not that anyone does, it'll even show you that. Really useful, especially when you're navigating around a city where you don't really know where you're going. So top tip, traveling anywhere, MapMe is the app to have.